Right, okay. Right, there's sound now. Okay, so we've just been talking for the past 5 minutes and there's been no sound. Oh, I'm so glad this is my first day doing this. Oh my god. Right, okay. So I've had issues tonight. Lyric, good evening. Thankfully, the qualifying hasn't started yet. It's good to see you in EBT and Lyric over on YouTube. So we have one Mustang racing tonight. Last night we had 4 Mustangs, one of them being the BRT team, and Stephen Fass absolutely knocking it out of the park with his Mustang very, very fast. I've got the track layout up in front of us, but I actually think Mr. Hayden Sweet knows this track pretty well.
I do actually. I really like Donington Park. I really do. And it's annoying that I am not a rookie because I would have loved to participate in just one race today.
Oh,
100%.
It's so good. It's such a good track. It's a field track. Do you not think it's a field track rather than a technical track? It's
100%. Yeah, 100%. It's if you get sector 1 right, the rest of it basically just follows suit.
Yep. Absolutely.
It really does. I mean, the only thing that may trip you up is the chicane, where actually, if you're clever enough, you can skip quite a lot of it without going through track limits.
Yes.
But again, you have to be perfect for it to work. So, yeah. I would imagine that we're going to see some drive-through penalties this evening in terms of cutting that chicane. I fully imagine that's going to happen.
It's a very fine line. Hello, Zita, how you doing? It's a very fine line between taking as much as you can and then ending up with too much. And
agreed.
Yeah, it's such a... And the thing is, there's huge runoff areas, but as soon as you dip your tyre, like, you can just sit back and watch for about 5 seconds before your car eventually does stop. You mentioned it in the driver briefing that the grass is like ice.
It is here, yeah.
You have no control over it at all. So, let's jump over because we're just about finished free practice. And we're going to see exactly how things are going to run tonight. We have got the timings. Obviously, it's been practice. We have got the times for the maximum fastest time before you get a ballast penalty.
Yep.
And then you have a baseline where you get a strike. Do you want to kind of run through that just in case anyone's new to watching us?
Yeah, 100%. So we've obviously been racing, having the Rookie Wednesdays season now for quite a long period of time. We're on season 8 now. And up until season 7, we were basically having to remove drivers that, after joining one race, that were really fast at one particular circuit, having to say, look, guys, look, you're really not deemed a rookie, for being completely honest. We're going to have to let you go. But what Dexter has done, I'm not taking any credit here because Dexter has come up with this idea, is that we now have a nice spreadsheet that basically has got some code in the background that calculates your lap time and then basically what current BOP your car's got, and then adds on additional ballast. Obviously, the most you can ever give a car in ACC is 40 kgs. So obviously, it might be that we have to give... It says on there we've got to give a car 60 kilograms of ballast, so we can't physically do that.
Yep.
But we'll give them the maximum amount of ballast we can. So, and it's actually proven really, really well. In season 7, we started it. We had a lot of feedback from drivers saying it's good. Can we maybe tweak it? So what we've done in this season 8 is we've tweaked it now, and it has brought the grip. I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't watch yesterday's race due to other reasons.
Yep.
But I don't know how the racing was in terms of with the ballast, bringing that all together. So, last week it worked really well.
Yeah.
At Red Bull Ring.
It was interesting. I didn't get to watch the whole stream. I was just kind of catching up on it. Stephen Fass, you drove very well with that Mustang last night, sir. Yeah. Well done. Absolutely good luck to Gilles Vandenbroek tonight, who is in the BMW. Hopefully the team boss has had a word with him about was it the wrong BMW or the wrong skin? I don't know.
It was something, wasn't it? Yeah.
So, there was some kind of little waggy finger going on. Mr. Hood, honestly, where was the last week gone? I know. It's a horrible experience that you're like, I thought I raced this yesterday. No, it's been a week. Okay.
Yeah, scary.
Good luck, Mr. Hood tonight. Davida, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so Zita's comment. Oh my god, it was an absolute
what is this comment? What is this
off-the-cuff comment where she was talking about there was going to be other incidents going on, and she says, unfortunately, the stewards won't be able to put the colouring books and crayons away just yet. Like, oh my god, I actually burst out laughing when I heard that. It was just so good.
Amazing, Zita, amazing.
Oh, it's keeping the good old commentary stewards rivalry going.
Oh, I love that. Love that.
Man.
Before you start, we
Yes.
are also live on TikTok as well. So welcome to everyone on TikTok. Hopefully they can hear you and me.
Hopefully.
Obviously, I'm streaming that on my end after my frantic 24 hours where I almost had to spend thousands of pounds on new PC equipment, but turns out it's just a bug with the software.
Man.
So yeah, fingers crossed, everything holds up nicely. All clear. Oh, someone's just on TikTok, but all clearing on here. So perfect. There we go. Sorry, I'm having to rub my eyes here, Mac. Car 444.
Yes.
Aston Martin V12 at Donington Park.
Yes, I'm actually watching them just now. Like, I'm like, that looks like a Jack. No, that's old Aston. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, hats off to him. That's a brave choice.
Yeah, very much so. No bop. No bop today for the V12 because obviously, it doesn't get bop.
Yes.
Because obviously no one drives it anymore. Well, they don't. It's like the Jag. I think the Jag's got.
I was going to say,
got ballast?
I don't know if you've seen Stephen's comments on YouTube. He says, a classic to race alongside new category.
yeah, very much so. Very much so. But yeah, no, it's good to see a wide mix of cars. I'm also, I want to see this a Mustang. I've not had a chance to even drive it yet. I don't know.
And Gunwarden is punishing us because he's still in the pits. He's not
I know,
actually
I'm
out
like,
yet.
hurry up.
Come on, get out on the route track. Oh my god. Stephen, wait, nobody drives a Jag. Only the clinically insane or absolutely want to be very hot and sweaty by the end of a race want to do that. So hats off to you. So I mean, we've got 22 tonight. I'm sure there was 27 last night who were racing. So it's shown that the split 1 and 2 is working for this race. Last race it didn't, but we had a lot of people unfortunately couldn't make it. He's still in the pits. Come on!
I know. I was going to say it's also it's a bit of a slow burner. I think it won't be until a couple of rounds in that people will start actually racing. Because you can imagine people are quite reluctant to race. Especially if they're rookies. They're probably put off by the fact that, do I show myself up? Like you mentioned last week on the stream, I remember you saying that it can be quite daunting having a camera, if you like, us streaming the event whilst you're racing. So I can, appreciate that people might be a bit like, I'm not really sure. Am I fast enough? Am I going to cause any problems? So, but if you are watching and you're not racing tonight and you're supposed to be, it's all right. Trust me, this is designed. We're not expecting you to be an alien. This is rookie racing at its finest.
Absolutely. So the lap times are coming in. We've got Sterenberg in P1 that we're watching just now with Aston, a 128.6. Instantly at the strike limit. It's a beautiful livery.
Do you know what? It's just in the strike limit as well. It's 6 thousandths of a second inside the strike limit. So, I mean, that's not bad.
Mark Meekin is only 200ths of a second behind. Oh, the Mustang's out. Quick, let's get. Oh, it does look so good. Have you?
It does look good.
You driven it yet?
Nope. No. No, obviously, I've not been able to. A PC being in bits. Obviously, I've managed to download the update because obviously I can see it. But hopefully, if everything goes well, I will jump in it this evening and do some practice laps. And see what it's all about.
It sounds so good and looks amazing.
It really does.
Oh, and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I know there'll be, blah blah blah. But let's face it, we have the Mustang and the GT4. why not having a GT3? Let's just celebrate a manufacturer who is coming into the GT3 category and trying to be competitive at the end of the day. You know, we have the Audi, who are pulling out. They're not supplying any new cars for the customers in terms of racing. So, yeah, I think this is absolutely amazing. And I'm glad to see it's all up and working properly. We have our very own Zeta in P5 with a 129.2. Amazing. With that
ballast
Lamborghini. Yep, have a little bit of that. No.
Have some ballast.
No.
No?
She's 1/10 away from getting ballast.
Oh, she can find a temp. She'll be in the ballast.
No, she's parked it up. She knows. If you know, you know.
Yeah, she's not silly, is she? That was Zeta.
No.
No.
BRT, good evening. Hope you are well. The reason why we start racing the BMW is because we have something exciting cooking. Ooh. As we approach the 100th edition of the 24 Hour of Spa and our BRT's 1 year anniversary. Oh, you're now just teasing us. That is awesome. 1 year.
Fellow BMWs here. A fellow BMW racer. I tell you what, I am seriously in love with the BMW. Honestly, I can't. After driving it for 8 hours, well, I didn't drive it for 8 hours, but I drove it for a good considerable time in the Monza race that we've just done for our esports team.
Yep.
Honestly, I have fallen in love with it. I really hope the Mustang is terrible for my driving style, because I don't want to change car.
Absolutely. Stephen, it's a great car. Are you talking about the BMW or are you talking about the Mustang, Stephen? Because I know you've raced the BMW quite a lot as well, Stephen. So,
well, he was in the Mustang, wasn't he? Yesterday?
He was in the Mustang yesterday, yeah. So I just want to confirm before I make a faux pas on stream that he's talking about a different car. And we can see the BRT car in the background there of the rookie. Actually, both. So would you say there's a huge difference in the way the car reacts in the Mustang in comparison to the BMW? Because I've heard a couple of traction control nightmare horror stories. Zeta Mustang is an interesting one. A lot of M4 and don't tell Hayden that. Oh no, he's going to be chopping and changing.
Interesting. I've just learned that. I've just fallen in love with the BMW.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen again.
I know. And do you know what? I've actually went back. Evening, Ollie. How you doing? If you are watching on YouTube, please smash that like button. We need to try and at least equal Zeta's.
That's a good point. What was Zeta's target? I
think it was 170 odd views when I looked at it today.
No, she smashed it.
So
yes, Zeta.
Absolutely smashed it. Stephen is quick and everything. Actually, I've commentated in a lot of Stephen's races, and he is very quick as well. Zeta.
Wow. Zeta got 16 likes on the video yesterday. 16 likes on YouTube. So that is the target 16. On YouTube today. 16 is the target. I know. Obviously, we had a bit of a false start with Mac having a bit of an audio issue. Yeah, a small one. We're already up to 4 likes. I can see. Come on, we got to smash it. Come on,
smash it. Come on. Let's go. Currently, the top 7 are getting ballast. In fact, the top 5. So the top 5 are. No, let me start again. The top 7 are getting ballast. The top 5 are all going to get a strike. Holy moly! Holy moly!
I think is obviously I might have mentioned this on the stream yesterday. We decided. In fact, this was Max. I can't take any credit for anything. Mac had the great idea of actually splitting the rookies up into 2 splits, i.e. Tuesday and Wednesday, and obviously hence why we're now here. But obviously, with the numbers as they are, we need a decision to make after this race, because do we decide to merge the 2 together or continue as we are but just run with smaller numbers up until the last we've got like 4 races, I think, and then we bring them together for for two slogs, if you like, two races at the end. So we'll wait and see what happens in this race.
Yeah.
Merge them Tuesday midnight UK. That is not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout.
So our original plan was, hello Alex, how you doing over on Twitch? So our original plan was the top 25 in each split would be put into the fastest split. The bottom 25 of each split would then be put into their own split. So you would have an even more balanced race. You'd have faster drivers with fast drivers, and not quite as fast drivers with this, with the same. So I wonder if we keep the bear with me a second.
You're right there. You're choking on your own saliva.
Oh dear me! I've still got over this bug or whatever it is I've got.
Oh yeah. You sound much better.
Throat's better. It's just keep coughing. So I wonder if we keep things split for the last two races, and then if we are still getting a lower number, then let's just merge everyone into one then instead of the top 25. Because I think, as rookies, I mean, I'm only speaking from my own experience. Somebody call an ambulance for Mac. Thank you, Brian. I might need it by the end of this. At least I can speak tonight. Monday night, I don't even know if anyone can actually not understand me. Maybe some dogs or cats, but I think that was about it. But I think with slightly less on a grid gives more space and more opportunity that if you make a mistake, you maybe don't have a car right in your bumper that's then going to cause mayhem or misery. It might take a bit of pressure off, and then the last two races then
hell for leather.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll see. It's a fluid situation, I think, is the American term that a lot of people.
No, nice use of words there.
Thank you.
Michael, yes, you are in P7. Yeah, you absolutely smashed it with that Aston.
Yeah, absolutely.
V12 beaut.
It certainly is. Vandenbroek out again, doing a little bit of drifting in the BRT BMW there. I don't know why. Yeah, I can understand why he has went back out, because Meekin is still only 0.08 of a second behind him. But I suppose he's past the point of getting a strike anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Might as well get some bragging rights out it. Ollie, maybe just chuck everyone together in the last two races. Is he just... So he's basically just parroted what I've said.
Oh, yeah, he loves it, doesn't he?
He does. Take someone else's idea and then make it your own. That's a manager thing. You're going to do well in life, Ollie. Stephen, by the way, guys, you're going to leave the Rookie Championship because your pace is a lot too fast for the rookies, and I don't want to be unfair to the other drivers in the championship. We appreciate that, Stephen. We absolutely appreciate that. And it's a good thing. People might think it's a bad thing having to pull out of a championship, but it's a good thing. You're too fast. But you have absolutely so many championships to look forward to. In fact, I've been entered into the 24 and 2.4 with my teammate. So, yes, I'll be racing 31st of May, I think, is the first race.
It is.
At Watkins Glen, yeah. So I'll be in the McLaren with Finlay O'Reilly. So,
has he joined our team?
No. Shit! I didn't think about that. Oh, sorry, Ollie. Oh my God.
You heard it here first, Ollie.
I've just caused a scandal in my team. Oh, I didn't think of that.
There we go.
Right.
That's
okay.
A strike, Ollie. Take his signing bonus away, Ollie.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. That's me deducted back down to the very bottom of the totem pole. Oh, I didn't even think of that. What is going on?
Oh, nice. Well, at least that'll be a good one.
Yeah. I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. Bro's accusing me that's haters are going to be haters. George, how's it going? V12 is a fantastic car. You raced it in your first league. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. Can I just say, we have 30 people on YouTube watching us right now.
Wow. Can we get 30 likes? Can
Well,
we
it's gone down to
smash?
28 now, but yeah.
Can we smash the like button for everyone who's watching? It would be much appreciated.
It really would. It
Yeah.
also would wipe the smile off Zeta's face. Can we do it in 12 minutes? Sorry, I'm jesting, so I take it all back.
Oh, the competition.
I love the competition. It only makes us better, right? It only makes us better.
Exactly.
Because we're fighting against each other.
There's actually a 5-second penalty for car 99 for a dangerous rejoin.
Oh dear, that's Pippi and the Ferrari. Yeah,
Oh
P10,
man. So yeah, so that will be applied for at the race start. And Zeta, are you okay? Have you developed Tourette's overnight or something?
Yeah, she's not said a nice word. So in fact, her only words are. No, I'm joking.
Oh, Zeta. Oh, honestly. Ollie, I am sorry. I genuinely didn't even. I forget that I'm in an esports team. Because, as we see the BRT BMW lighting everything up. Yeah, you can reprimand me later on.
Do you want a fun fact?
Oh, go for it.
I'm actually going to this track in September with. I think it's September with my new friend Dexter.
Oh, your new friend Dexter, was he not a friend beforehand?
No, it wasn't. It was more a colleague. Now we're friends.
Now you're friends. Oh, friends.
Yeah. We are going to go to Donington Park because it's almost in between us in terms of where we both live in the country. So I think we're going to end up going to Donington Park. But I'm also going to Brands Hatch this weekend as well.
Ooh,
so
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, we got to talk about racing. So I haven't spoken to anyone. I normally work from home. Sorry, I'm waffling now. I do apologise. I normally work from home 5 days a week, but last 2 days I've been in the office, and it's just not the same, is it?
Yeah.
So I just want to waffle. So apologies for waffling.
He's got a lot of chatting to do.
I have.
Yeah, Vandenbroek's still out. Vandenbroek. I don't know if he's maybe just running some practice laps. Maybe he's got race fuel level set or something. He's just putting some practice in. But the interesting thing is, there's 3 different people who are the fastest drivers on 3 different sectors.
Oh wow!
So Gilles, hopefully I've said that right.
Wow.
P4 Sterenberg is fastest in sector 3. And Craddock in the McLaren is fastest in sector 2. This could be really very, very close.
Well, that's very interesting because, sorry to jump over, that's interesting because if I'm not mistaken, if I look at the track, sector 1, the McLaren would be faster in sector 2 just because of the nature of the corners.
Yep.
Obviously, the McLaren being a car that's designed for high-speed cornering, because it's obviously slippery and obviously designed that way. I'm not surprised that McLaren's got that fastest sector 2. But he's actually smashed it as well. He's a 10th quicker in sector 2.
Wow. That is mind blowing. It really is mind blowing. So this really is leading up to what could be a fantastic race.
I think so.
Top 10 now are all going to receive ballast.
Wow. Top 10?
Top 10 are going to receive... In fact, sorry, top 11 are going to receive ballast. And the top 7 are going to get a waggy finger strike.
So, a waggy finger.
A waggy finger.
Also, just put it out there, someone in Discord just asked, can I go faster? Will I get even more of a strike? So no, basically, just go for it. If you're faster, go for it. Regardless, you're going to get a strike and ballast. Yeah. So you might as well just absolutely go for it and not hold back, and then suffer the consequences later on. There's no point. There's no point if you like sandbagging because it doesn't really do anyone a favour. Really,
it's not fair. No, absolutely not. Bartek, what pole right now? You pulled out of this championship as a pace requirement seemed slow. 1:28.217 is the pole sitter's fastest lap. I mean Zeta was in P5. She's now P15. And she's
wow!
And
it's only a second off the pace. Yeah,
1:29.2. Like, wow. I mean, we obviously are running an LFM BOP, so this will go, and as Hayden said earlier on, there will be ballast added to whoever is under the 129.1 sealing time. So that is going to be interesting. And the Mustang is out of that. Sitting down in 19th at the moment, 1.6 seconds behind. But, I mean, yeah, I think this is going to be an awesome race.
Well, this race is a valid... It does. And it values a valid point. So we've got Harry Howard in the chat, who last week got a podium at Red Bull Ring.
Mm-hmm.
He's now here at Donington Park, but he is obviously quite a bit slower. He's 9 tenths off the pace at Donington Park. So that just shows that, okay, you might be fast at one track, but doesn't necessarily mean you're fast at all of the tracks.
Yep.
So you might get a strike one week, but then not get a strike for the rest of the week.
Yep.
Rest of the times, because you're just not.
It's not your favourite track.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's why we've got a strike system in there to say, if you're quick in 2 out of the 4 races, then probably you're not really a rookie.
Yeah.
But this this proves that it's working. Is that Harry's come in, done a great job at Red Bull Ring. Well, struggled to get a podium. Let's be pretty honest, because we thought at one point he was going to really struggle. But to get a podium, but then come to Donington Park and then be P12. That just proves that it works.
Yeah.
And yes, you might be fast at one track, but terrible at the next. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yep. And it is good. It's good that we do have a bit of leniency, where we're not punishing people for one race. We're taking over an average of all of the races. Casper, there are 23 in this grid tonight. I think, was there 27 last night, Casper?
Yeah, something on those lines.
Yeah. So it's...
sorry.
No, I was just going to say, Gunnar Warden is able to get into 17th with the Mustang. So, and again, I don't know how Stephen did it, but this was only released yesterday.
Yeah.
So, to race it last night, you only can have an X amount of hours of practice, but also there were very few setups released for it.
I was going to say, I saw that Coach Dave only released their setups for the car today, I think it was. I looked at Go setups, because I sometimes use those, and they weren't released any Mustang setups just yet. So you're right, people are just either using aggressive and changing it, or... they're just good drivers. But,
yeah, absolutely.
Kay on TikTok, yes, this is for beginners, mate. Yes, it is, if you're still watching.
Stephen,
there we go. Yeah,
just took the aggressive setup. Wow.
Yep.
Impressive. Very impressive.
Well, that also proves a point on ACC that you don't... Okay, yeah, you do need... Sometimes having a setup does gain you that lap time. Actually, Stephen, if you're a good driver, aggressive setup should be enough to basically get what you need.
Yeah. And Aristotle, who used to be the car physics developer for Kunos, he basically said, including rookies and amateurs, that you can take an aggressive setup and you'll be absolutely fine. There'll be no issues.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And that has proved it. So yes, Harry, there's fuel and tyres required for the 10-minute pit window, which will be interesting. As we see, I mean, it's a very short pit exit, and you're straight into the racing line. You're not even getting any opportunity to get out and move or anything. You literally are.
You are slam bang in the middle of it. Yeah.
And it's good. Really I think this is going to test a lot of rookies tonight. Because let's face it, not everybody practices the pit stops.
No.
And if you don't practice pit stop and realise how you're getting thrown out onto the track, that can be quite daunting. So that's where you need to check, have your track map open on your HUD and see that there's something coming, or have the ACC race engineer software running so it tells you you've got someone coming. And you need to sacrifice. Basically, you need to stop to allow the cars past. It's as simple as that. You just cannot go barreling out in the middle of the racing line.
Especially here, because I mentioned it in the driver briefing. The optimal line for T1 is having two wheels over the pit exit line to get the rotation enough on the car to take that corner, effectively. So the guys need to be mindful, especially cars that are driving on the wrong side, if you like, cars that are left-hand drive, not right-hand drive, which is actually only Stephen benefit from this evening, because Stephen Jag, I'm pretty sure, is a right-hand drive car. So he's going to be able to see cars. No, he's a left-hand drive as well. Sorry, my mistake. There is one car. Is it the Bentley?
The Bentley's right-hand drive.
It's a right-hand drive. Sorry, there is no Bentleys in the lobby today anyway, so it makes no difference. But having a car coming on your wrong side, you're going to have to be extremely vigilant that the car is going to be potentially cutting that line to take that corner, and any contact made is going to result in a penalty, most likely for the car exit in the pit lane. Let's be completely honest.
Yep, absolutely. Davida, setup is 80% being comfortable, 20% being faster. Yes, absolutely. Them being more comfortable obviously makes you faster, but yeah, absolutely. And I do think that there's something to be said, and we are sponsored by Coach Dave. But if you are new to ACC, please don't spend loads of money on setups, because a setup from one place might be slightly different to a setup from another place. But
it is.
You're not going to feel a huge amount of difference if you're beginner level. I think you only get, when you start getting alien or fast within, the top 10, top 15 of races. Yes, I think custom setups do maybe work better for you, because you do get a slight better feel of the corner, or you can control it better under braking or whatever it is. But yeah, so if you are new to it, please don't spend loads of money on the setups if you don't have to.
You don't need it.
Yeah,
no, you don't need it. You're right, Matt. You're 100% bang on. And actually, I think, and also it all depends on your driving style. No one drives the same. For me, I drive with quite a heavy right foot. I need to be a bit careful when it comes to how I'm racing. So obviously, me picking the same setup as you drive differently to how I drive.
Yep.
So how can one setup that you get from someone like Coach Dave, and I'm not saying they're rubbish, by the way.
No.
I'm just saying you can't make a setup that fits everybody's purpose.
No.
You need somebody, and this is a plug right here, moves swiftly on to someone like Davide and his team, the VM Tech guys, who will actually spend time with an individual and build a setup around them. Or someone like Zeta, someone who's really, got a passion for those fine tuning, changing my caster, changing the toe angle of a car, changing the suspension, dampers, all of that stuff, and looking at the telemetry and saying, okay, that's how you turn into that corner, that's how you accelerate. We need to adjust the car's balance. Yeah. For that reason, you know what I mean? So it's
absolutely.
It's difficult, and Mr. Hood's correct. Coach Dave Delta and how they've done it is amazing. Don't get me wrong. The fact they've got so many setups that are easy to use. You can literally chuck a setup on a car, and you're semi-competitive. But if you really want to be a cut above the rest, you're going to need to spend time. Take it as a base by all means, but it's going to be changing it to your way of driving.
And it's a really boring thing to learn what everything does. And this is another plug that's coming our way. We are going to have a full in-depth what every single setting does to your car, so you can learn how to change your setup yourself, rather than having to rely on, and for me, and this is personal, this is not Toga related, Coach Dave for me is a little bit oversteery, and I actually prefer the Hymo setup. For me, for my driving style, it's better, but there are some cars like the Aston Martin where the Go, for me, was actually the best setup out of all of them. So it just shows, driving style, car, track, it all goes. Oh, Casper, thank you so much. Good luck to all
Good
tonight.
luck doing it.
Oh, man.
Stop it. On a Wednesday, it seems to be all the same. So appreciate.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Do you know, whilst we've been rambling, Meechan is 4/10 faster than Vandenbroek.
Yeah, so Meechan was the one that come into Discord and said, "Well, I get more of a penalty if I go faster."
And he got the green light. And he went, "Do you know what? I'm just gonna stick this on P1 after all."
Yeah, exactly that.
Awesome.
Sorry, I missed the message on TikTok. Someone said respect for the amazing commentary and stuff.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
you.
I'm not sure if you're still there. It says Sadie's older's husband. I'm not sure who that is, but I appreciate that's the name on TikTok. So thank you very much. Is there rookie to alien championship? No, but that's a good idea though for a championship.
It is, yeah, where there's an actual base.
Yeah.
Time that you need to get over. Although we have discussed that kind of in the background, so it is something we're looking at, because we're not trying to just encourage people who are rookies. We want to encourage very fast, competitive drivers, and we have a lot of them in Toga. And some. Oh, BRT, thank you so much. Go, Gilles.
Gilles.
It's. I mean, Gilles is fast, but 4/10 off of Meechan. I mean, Meechan, whether this is just an absolute track for him, with setup, car, and everything. I'm going to have a quick look, because there's another 5-second penalty just been added.
BMW is quite difficult to drive around here. Sorry to jump over.
No.
But I think Ferrari's going to be better here, as in it's geared up better.
Yeah.
As just a whole package, I believe, in my personal opinion. I've driven quite a lot around. I really like Donington. I love the English tracks or the British tracks. And I've driven both the BMW and the Ferrari around here. And I would say that the Ferrari's better. But actually, the car that would probably be best around this circuit, in my opinion, again, is Randall in P3. That Porsche is rapid round here.
Yeah. So 5 second was for contact with another car. Lugie, Meechan is your boy. Let's go. Awesome. He's done really well. BRT, being good Christians cost money. And then Brian's wrote, Christian, don't spend all your funds on rival teams, mate.
We're not rivals. Oh, we are rivals.
We are.
No, this channel isn't a rival.
Casper, have a great evening all. Take care, Casper. Thank you so much for your generosity. Lyric, you like brands most. BRT, all to support Toga, mate. Davida, the driver swap Spa round was so competitive. You'd love to have more of that kind of level. Well, it's good. We always like to hear suggestions about what... Because at the end of the day, if a driver enjoys doing a particular championship, then it's something that we look at for putting on. So...
Yeah,
absolutely. So you see,
thanks for the follow. Sorry, thanks for the follow on TikTok before you start. For Sadie's older's husband, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We don't want another charity. No. You guys keep holding your money.
We do need to do another. We do need to do another charity race at some point, whether it's the back end of summer, to give people plenty of time to kind of get prepared for it. But our last charity race blew our minds with the generosity from everyone, so yeah, it's definitely something we want to keep going.
We need to imagine the target this year. How
my god! And the worry is, you don't want to set a target you're never going to reach.
I know.
You know, but then you don't want to set a target that's like £10 because.
Yeah, I know. Right, come on. Well, two penalties then. Yeah, you're
two
right.
penalties.
2 penalties are coming. Yeah. I don't think Stephen managed to set a lap at the end of the Jag, so it's going to be a last to first
challenge, Mr. Hood, please. Thank you.
Although he's not. He's not.
Oh, he's not.
There's a car in the pits.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Passati, I don't know if Passati didn't click drive or what happened.
Yeah, that could be potential. Yeah. Good
so
shout.
not first to last. I always say it wrong. Always last to first. But 22nd to first, Stephen. If you could manage that in an hour, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Well, based on his pace last week at the Red Bull Ring, I'm not sure how much practice, if any, he's done this week, Stephen. But The Jag, he drove the wheels off that. I've not seen someone drive the Jag like that in a long time. He drove that absolutely impeccably. So
He did.
we'll see how much pace. And actually, it might be a good idea for Stephen to be at the back to start the race at least, because it's very difficult to overtake here, and he's bound to pick up some, or like to call them freebies, some free places.
Absolutely, yep.
We'll see.
Yep. It's all about, you need to be in it to win it, and you need to be consistent. That is the base of it all. So they're just going through. This is a short circuit. It's just
90-second circuit, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
it's 4 kilometers, almost 4 kilometers in length. If you're in the UK, that's 2.5 miles. So not the longest at all. As you see, they're actually now coming up to the last corner before the straight. So we'll get back onto Meakin. You can see they're all lining up. They're all getting into position, and they'll be given the 70 km/h speed limit. Now, BRT versus Meakin, the RCB Motorsport. Let's see what happens here as we go around the first corner. This is going to be really interesting. Let's go into...
Sorry, Sam, just quickly, this is a rookie championship, and times are not as fast as probably main professionals, and yes, a rolling start. We do this on ACC for people on TikTok. Sorry.
That's okay.
And we're going to be going.
Come on, we're green. We are racing. Here we go.
Here we go.
Back to Heli. Oh, now we've got almost a three-way into first. Oh, a drive-through for Pocomandi and Sterenberg.
Oh, sliding. Aston's gone round. Oh, Zeta's been collected.
Oh.
That could be a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red flag. Okay.
Red flag.
What happens if 20% of the grid crash in the first two sectors? Race control, i.e. stewards, will call a red flag. Everyone will RTG, whether it's straight RTG or all the way around and back. Stewards will then have a look at what happened, who was at fault, blah blah blah, and dish out what's required. Then we will do a restart, and we'll do another formation lap, and then it'll be good to go. However, that's it. So they will restart in their qualifying positions, the way they just did now. If there's another crash after that, and it's 20, 30, 40, 50%, it doesn't matter. There's no second red flag. So this is a bit of leniency again. Harry, he overtook 6 people. Oh man, I know sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. Stephen.
Oh, we've killed Mac. There we go. There we go. Mac's gone. Oh, sorry, I might have to keep up with chat on TikTok as well. Is this actual people? Yes, it is actual people. Hello, wishes from Finland. FinSim Racing, welcome in. Oh, I follow you on TikTok, actually. I'm sure we're friends on TikTok. And Poo Woo, thanks for the follow on TikTok as well. How do I join this? All the links can be found in our bio on TikTok, Discord, SimGrid, all that fun stuff. Head over. You'll find them all there, and you'll get yourself going. This is for PC only. No console, I'm afraid. This is just for PC users only.
So interesting.
Follow each other. Sorry, Mac.
P11 and P1, that's where they finished before they returned. So drive-throughs before they even actually get. So
they'll get wiped out, I think now.
Oh, will they?
I'm not sure if we carry them across. I don't know. I didn't write those rules actually.
Right. Okay.
With those, they might get away with it, but we better snap that comment up straight away. Lyric said, "I think I did a big whoopsie." So there we go. That's admission straight away.
Yeah.
That's
admission of guilt. Yeah, that was poor. So the comment I was dying over was Stephen Hood saying, "Come on, guys, that was my one chance at a top 10."
Brilliant.
Oh,
amazing,
man.
Amazing. Sorry, Mac. I just got a couple more comments on TikTok.
On you go.
I have a PC rig with Logitech race wheel. Is that okay? Perfect. Absolutely fine. When do you usually go live? I'm not really sure. So I try and do a race every single day if I can on TikTok and stream it on TikTok live. Alternatively, all the clips that for me crashing are all normally on TikTok. But if you want to watch us more frequently and better content, obviously it's difficult on TikTok because you only get the 1080 by 1920. Head over to our Twitch and YouTube channel. follow and subscribe over there. It's obviously you get a better representation of what's actually going on, it's much better. And Finn Sim Racing is going to his sauna now. Imagine having a sauna in your house.
That would be
is a
so
dream,
good.
isn't it?
That would be so
When
good.
we're rich, Mac, and we're like a sim racing community, then we do this full time. Then maybe we need a lot more £10 donations. So don't we? That's the thing. Joking, of course.
Oh man, no lyric, no replays. We're just letting the stewards have to have a look at everything and
sharpen their crayons. Get their pen,
that's it. Exactly. So
we're restarted.
We're now back, ready for this. So Loogie, you went off track at T1 accidentally through your own fault. I hope it didn't cause that. Your car number 81. The stewards.
What's happening to people? We're getting so many people saying, "I'm really sorry for these issues." That's amazing.
Yes.
What's the word? I can't really think of a word here. But
racecraft.
The guys are racecraft, or admitting that they caused a problem is a big thing that we find in sim racing recently. Whilst we wait for the formation lap or the cars to go around again, I think that's what is sim racing has spiked massively, hasn't it, in terms of people racing in sims, whether you come from GT7 and come into ACC, or you've come from other platforms, F1 into there, or you've been able to pick up R Factor 2 or Le Mans Ultimate, and you're like, I really like this, I'm going to go and pick up ACC or AC or whatever. We found especially that there's a lot more sim racers that racing our community, and a lot more variation of sim racing now, or sim racers now. And not all of them understand the etiquette of the effort that goes involved in putting these races on. And people want to race in these championships not for some races we might have a monetary value attached to them or whatever. It's just that I think what they need to understand is that we all do this for fun, and why there's a small minority of people that sometimes ruin it for others. And I'm not saying anyone in this lobby, of course, but I'm just generalising it. That and I think that's what's causing maybe a few people to step away from maybe ACC and go to other content now, because of the vast amount, which is great for sim racing and for us. But obviously the drivers are going, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to race in that community anymore because there's idiots in there. Isn't it? Let's be completely honest.
Absolutely.
But I think that's what we're trying to mitigate, aren't we? With what we're trying to do here at Toga, is to say you're all welcome, but you can get promoted within, if you like. So you go to a rookie, then you go to our main GT3 championship, then you can move on to our Alien championship, and then we've got someone like Davide in the chat who was a rookie. Coming as a rookie, I now race alongside Davide, and he's now faster than me in the BMW or in the car, whatever he re-races. So it just shows it's possible. It's just sticking with it, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. So yes, gentlemen drivers, absolutely, Stephen Hood, or gentle lady drivers. Oh my god!
You've done it again, Stephen. Nice work there.
Oh my god, I've got some kind of allergic reaction to poor Stephen's comments tonight. Lyric, you came from Project Cars 2. That was a good game. I enjoyed that one. Ches, good evening. I did know who you were. Stephen Fass, maybe some championships in AC soon. Who knows? Do you know a guy, Lewis Rick? I don't know a guy called Lewis Rick at all, but it seemed like saying, why play ACC when iRacing exists?
I can't really... Well, yeah, I know a guy called Lewis Rick, but I don't really want to say how I think of him.
I was just trying to go with the whole we didn't know him, but okay, if you just want to go down the insult route, that's fine. BRT or Carmageddon, yes, absolutely. So we are going to be restarting, and no matter what happens, no matter what carnage goes on, the race will continue. Regardless.
Sorry, I've got some TikTok comments. When is the race starting? Well, the formation lap, Roscoe, is happening right now. When there was a red flag, so I think there's going to be an... Oh, okay, they're just replying to the comments.
Right.
My bad. Yeah, so yeah.
So we also see the track temperature. Now, Hayden likes to drive on the sun most of the time because the track
Blame
temperature...
Dexter, not me.
Okay, right. So Dexter this time decides that Donington is on the sun, and somehow we get crazy 34-degree track temperatures. So, yeah, okay. Fair dues, Dex. Fair dues, you know. Yeah.
Well, we're just simulating, the track temperatures in the UK. That's going to be in September when we're going. Maybe, hopefully.
I like that. I like that. That's positive thinking there, right there.
Well, come on, look. Rookies need to race it all kind of.
They do. Absolutely.
Conditions.
Yep.
And situations. I mean, we could turn it into a rainy night race, couldn't we, here at Donington Park? We won't, obviously, because that will be almost impossible to race in.
Yeah.
Actually, probably would.
It would be.
But 34-degree track temp isn't really that bad.
No.
In the grand scheme of things.
And in fact, Mr. Hood can do a last to first because he is at the back of the grid in 23rd place with that beautiful...
Oh, he's now officially last.
He is now officially last with that beautiful
okay.
pink liveried Jag. So we fully expect to see him on the first step of the podium as we go. But,
I think if Stephen doesn't get at least top 10, he should maybe
give up.
Give us some Le Mans Ultimate Cold.
To be fair, he is driving a car that is undrivable in most conditions. So
I'm joking, Stephen. Of course. Right, Matt. Let's not get caught out with a green flag this time.
Okay. Let's
remember,
do this.
Guys, remember, if there's a big crash now, unfortunately, it's tough. Okay.
Yep.
It is what it is. You have to deal with it. So yeah, apologies.
We are green.
Be away, then.
We are racing. We are racing. Let's get back on the helicam. So again, P1, P2, P3, P4, all
3 wide again.
Yep.
Oh, it's better. It's better. It's the downhill section they're going to struggle with. The car's going to be no tyre temperature, and trying to be going on the wrong line is going to cause some cars to oversteer and understeer for sure.
Oh, that looked like a little bit out of control. I think he got caught out there in the BMW. Big brain racing. Oh my goodness, takes out the BMW. He loses it with the power on oversteer. He looked a little bit skittish going round the last corner, which caught out the BMW, and that has unfortunately knocked Aindow down into 14th. Now I'm sure Aindow was racing last night.
We had no stipulation on drivers. They could race in both splits.
All right, okay. It's good to know. Pocamandi is looking to get past that McLaren. Both quite.
Side by side.
Is Aston Martin off?
Yeah, gone off.
Yep.
Who was that?
That was Howard. Was it not Howard?
No, it wasn't Howard.
No, it wasn't Howard.
Never Aston.
Sterenberg.
Sterenberg, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
so that's dropped him right down, but no drive-throughs this time. So everybody through clean. The first top 4 are pretty much on their own. So far, they're side by side as I come round the last corner.
Stephen Hood up to 18th though, by the way.
Oh, what a drive already.
Good opening lap.
What a drive. And he's right behind that Mustang. Surely there must be about 20 years between the two cars in terms of what model number they're on.
Not driver age.
Not driver age. No. We know Stephen's only 21. There's a Lamborghini off on the right-hand side. I think that's Bakiri.
That's Paul Mankin. That's Mank, isn't it?
That's Mank that's in the chat. Yeah. Sorry to see that. But everything kind of calming down a little bit. We've got Craddock and Pocamandi here. Sorry, we've got Craddock and Haley here for the P4 position. And, it was mentioned earlier on, but this is such a narrow track. Like, trying to overtake is not easy at all.
It's going to be sectors 2 and 3, and I would imagine that the overtakes will be done in the latter part of the sector 3A, the 2 hairpins. So obviously, if you're still on board now with P4 and P5, Craddock and Haley, if he was obviously a lot closer, then he would be about to almost send it down the inside. A bit like what the Aston's doing behind with Zeta.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Yep.
So if you can get a good run off the chicane, like I mentioned it before, if you get a good run off the chicane, it just gives you a slingshot down that straight before them at first.
That was a bit of a send there, but unfortunately it didn't work for her. She's now lost another place.
Zeta unlucky.
to the BMW. Still in the top 10 at the moment, so that is good to see. And here's a fight. Mustang versus the Ferrari 296. Mustang almost side by side, but can I say... Oh, no, they both went wide. Oh, Stephen Hood. Oh, Stephen Hood's lost it as well. Oh, the Mustang has collected. Oh, no. There was all kinds of things going on there.
Did Steve get caught up in that?
So, yeah, he braked when he was still turning, and basically he came off. Nothing he could do. And, oh, my goodness, that is a Toga Esport McLaren straight into the side of him and straight into the barrier. Yeah, that was painful, and unfortunately it was a catalyst from the other cars ahead as well, but we see Haley still able to defend against that McLaren, the Sky Tempest McLaren, as they come down to the tight right hand hairpin. As you can see, they've all kind of spread out a little bit, but Gilles is driving off 2 seconds ahead of Meekin, who's in P2.
Oh, big send into on Zeta. Sorry, Mac, to jump over you. That's Tigas going down the inside of Zeta. Almost pushes her wide, but Zeta has got the inside line. I don't think she's got enough grunt to retake the position, or has she? They both touch. Another door bang, and they both go around. I think.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not sure. Zeta touched the grass there, and I think that was basically. Not necessarily her fault, but the car basically got lost underneath her. There was a few factors that were involved there as well, but... yes, there was. Marcus on TikTok, this is Donington Park. The correct spelling of Donington Park as well.
Not the one
they've changed it by law, actually.
Have they?
They've added a double N, yeah. I think.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm sure I read something somewhere.
But still not the way you spelt it on Instagram, though.
No. I can't... Mildly dyslexic.
I genuinely couldn't even pronounce. Oh my goodness! And we see Craddock has taken P4, a little bit untidy, but he has made that stick, and he has got Randall. Sorry, he's got Randall, who's 3 seconds up the road from him.
I thought Howard was going to be hitting the side of Stenberg then, but Stenberg saw him coming. Basically lifted, which gave Howard the position.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, what's happened?
Oh, so
pick the bones out of that.
Yeah, so Howard has basically come down the down to the hairpin and tried to go up the inside, but unfortunately the McLaren of Craddock was broadside as he was going around the corner, and it's a painful one. I think that will be penalties coming their way pretty soon. Quite an action-packed race so far, but
first 7 minutes.
I know. We've got 53 minutes to go yet, and
and no pit window open yet.
No pit window either. No, a 10-minute pit window for fuel and tyres.
That's Mank facing the wrong way. How is he there in the Lamborghini? I'm not sure how he managed to get there. Fuller is in the pits. I'd imagine he's getting stopping for damage.
Yeah.
Was there a collision with Mank? I think there was. Between car 17 and Mank. Oh my God, the BMW just gets so deep on the brakes. Completely outbrakes him. That's why Mank was facing that way.
Yeah.
So that was the 21 car. Was it 21 or was it 12? Let me just
21 Manx in 2 impacts. Car 21.
Car 21. No, that can't be. That can't be 21 because 21 is the Porsche. It was car 17 that contact was with.
Right. Okay.
So that was with Fossati. He was a contact between the BMW. So basically just gives him a big old crunch up the inside the door.
There's so many battles going on, but
there are. Sorry, Mac.
Gilles is now under pressure from Meekin. 5/10 between these two as they are storming away from P3, who is 2 seconds off the pace at the moment. But Meekin has either found his rhythm or he's got his tyres into the optimum operating range, and he feels comfortable that he can start pushing We saw in the first race of Split 2 last week that Gilles basically ran away and then just monitored the distance between him and P2 and, sped up when he had to, slowed down, saved the tyres a little bit. And again, as you... Oh, Gilles goes wide. This is an opportunity. Meehan
he's gonna
on the inside. He's going to have this. Oh, Gilles. That's unforced error in some ways. Oh.
Although the Ferrari, that's not the right line.
That's not the right line, no. That's... I think Gilles slightly fortunate in some ways. But yeah, so Meehan going out wider, trying to get the better drive out as we see the BMW spinning up a little bit on the exit, but the 296 just not enough to try and get close enough for that. But we didn't see Gilles making a huge amount of errors in the last race, so I don't know if
this track is more technical than that. You have to be extremely careful here because one mistake, I say Sector 1 makes it or breaks it for you because you get in that rhythm of like, okay, right, I feel good, I've got Sector 1 out of the way. Sector 1 is by far the hardest in my opinion. So you're coming down the hill on the left hand side, so you look out for a 50-meter board on the right hand side, brake just before it, down a couple of gears and try. You can take a lot of that curb on the inside onto the green area. Don't hit the grass because obviously that will send your car quite, off into oblivion. But you are able to definitely get your wheels on that green stuff, and that will give you a right slingshot round, and it's full power all the way up round to the next set of corners. So once you've got that nailed on, really you've only got the chicane that's really that technical, where you're going to have to be clever about it, as Halley has got up the inside of the Ferrari in BMW. Some not quite got the move done though, but
Sky again. Tempest, McLaren or Craddock snatching away P7. There's quite a battle.
This battle here is oh my god, look at the penalties, Mac.
I know, I'm just about to start reading them. They're coming in thick and fast. 10 seconds for car 58 causing a collision with 973. 10 seconds for car 24 for causing a collision with 909. 10 seconds for car 99 for causing a collision with car 13. 10 seconds for car 225 for not holding their brakes. 5 seconds for car 75 for a push to pass on car 12. 5 seconds for car 12 for a poor rejoin. 10 seconds for car treble 4 for causing a collision with car 87. And 15 seconds for car 17 for causing a collision with 909. So that's lap 4. Now we're on lap 7, so there may be more coming their way. Some people will say, but this is rookies. But the way to learn from mistakes is unfortunately when you get these kind of punishments, you learn quicker because you don't want that kind of punishment again. If you can. Oh, the BMW's away.
That's what happens there on there. If you get it wrong, it'll bounce you off that chicane.
Endo just not it. He's right on the back of the 296 as well, but too much of the inside there, and you just see it's such a slow oversteer, but he held it well. He didn't spin, and he has lost some places, but
sorry Mac, with the rookies we are slightly more lenient in terms of penalties. We do look at it with a slightly not a full attention, if that's the right word. We do sort of give a bit of leniency because we understand that the race is for rookies. But what we won't appreciate is just poor driving standards.
Absolutely.
So we will we will take it away straight away if we feel like you're not really driving to what we feel like how a rookie should drive.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see. Oh, a little twitch there from the McLaren at Craddock there, just having to get off the power and correct the steering, so I lost him a little bit of time. He was in the back bumper of the 296 of, I'm going to keep saying Haley, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, because I usually
It's Halley, isn't it? Halley?
Well, it could be Halley, would it be a double L for Haley? I don't know.
Yeah.
You should know, to be fair.
Well, yeah, no, so my wife's got a Y between the A and the L.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that's how I spell that.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair enough.
So it might be Hallie.
Who knows?
Yeah, Haley. It could be. We apologise for bringing her name.
Zeta is back to P14, but can I say Mr. Stephen Hood, P16?
Bashed it.
He has went from 23rd to P16 in a space of 8 laps with a Jag.
So
Phenomenal.
anyone that's listening to us right now, and obviously I know we've got a pit window of 10 minutes to get your pit stops done, but the undercut is extremely powerful here at Donington Park if you're in a battle. So if you're currently, watching, or if you are currently battling with somebody, so P6 to P9 is a good example. Pit window opens in what?
Is it 10 minutes?
10 minutes, something on those lines. Oh no! The McLaren has gone up the inside and absolutely wiped Stephen out.
Oh
into
no!
The last corner. Yeah, that was Holtzman in the 65. McLaren has goes way too deep.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
And given Stephen a right old bang.
That was
a
torpedo.
But Stephen's Jag is made of stronger stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true.
I'm sorry, Mac.
No,
also, there's so many cars ahead of Stephen with time penalties. He could quite easily finish inside the top 10.
Absolutely. Again, we said this in the last race. We absolutely called this. Yeah, so if people aren't sure what undercut means, it basically means you pit before the other car ahead of you or behind you does. An overcut would be you pit after they pit to try and get an advantage. We see it in Formula 1 quite a lot. We see it in the GT European series as well. Different tracks, different overcuts, undercuts, but absolutely, if you can have any advantage, and as you say, with so many time penalties, that would be an amazing thing. You could certainly get yourself right up the leaderboard.
100%. Yeah, it's a narrow circuit. These British tracks, undercuts work really well. It's really well. And especially if we're right on board with Steinberg, or is it Sternberg? He's currently the only car inside that sort of gaggle of cars where he's actually not got a time penalty. So if that was me racing with the guys and around him, as soon as he goes off stress, I do apologise. But I would be literally boxing as soon as the pit window opens, because you'll come out in clear air, and like Max said, certain cars and certain tracks it's more powerful, and Donington Park being one. If you come out in clear air and you start smashing out lap times and people ahead are battling, you're just going to suck up those places so quick. Anyone's listening, pit early. You're bound to get some places.
So we do have a few. We've always got Mank, who's in, and
Zita's in the pits as well at the moment.
Oh, is she?
She must be fixing damage.
Yeah. That's painful having two pit stops in an hour-long race.
A lot of time. Yeah.
But no further. Okay, so there's 15 seconds for car 65, a collision with treble 6. So that's Stephen Hood's collision. So the McLaren got a 15-second penalty for that collision. It can be painful. I've ended up with penalties, as poor Hayden remembers, where you do make silly mistakes. You absolutely make silly mistakes. You get put off with something, or something in real life distracts you, or whatever it is, and you just need to accept it. There's times when you're in the middle of the race and you just turn the air blue. You're shouting at the screen. You're cursing the stewards, you're cursing the commentators, cursing everything. And then after the race, when things kind of cool down, you look at it and you go, okay, right, it was my fault, or partially my fault. Which is why you find some leagues leave a cooling off period before you can actually report somebody or create a ticket to have something looked at. But Zita, although she was in the pits, she has got 3 cars ahead of her who have got a minimum of 10 seconds or 15 seconds. I think actually Zita's been wise here. She knows that she's not going to lose out on too many places in terms of people ahead, because like you say, she's got that time in hand, if you like. But
You're right. You're right. What you're saying about it. There's no need to get distracted by. Look, it's frustrating. We all appreciate that it's frustrating, but as soon as you start over driving and driving angry, you're going to cause yourself more problems. It's best to go. Okay, I've got the penalty. I'll suck it up. I know it's difficult for me to sit here in the commentary box, hence why I can say this. But I do get frustrated sometimes when I get given a penalty. But I think, well, it is what it is.
It is.
It is what it is. What can I do? They're not going to take it away from me.
No.
And if I start driving more erratically, I'm just going to get more penalties. So,
yep.
you know, I don't want to tell drivers what to do. I'd never do that. But, you know, just need to be calm in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see Craddock has got past Halley in the 296. Big slide. Oh, well controlled there. That was beautifully controlled. But Craddock now just racing off into the distance. Whilst the Halley has now got a Longo behind in the green 296, and not far behind is Mr. Pocomande in the treble 4 Aston, who's looking to have a go also. So this battle still going on, still raging on, and don't forget all of these, the top, certainly when we're looking at qualifying, top 10 would be receiving ballast. Now ballast, you can't race with ballast unless you run your own server. So the ballast is added. What you've done, and Halley goes really deep into the last corner, loses at least 3 places there.
That's a move by the BMW as well. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aindo, that was a great move up the inside at the same time.
Absolutely. Let's actually see if we can get a replay of that. Yeah, the switchback, the Aston getting a little bit deep there from Pocomande, and the BMW very, very acutely aware of what the different racing line was, and took full advantage of that, so hats off to them. There's a battle raging between Randall and Howard for P3 now, as the Aston of Howard has caught up to that Porsche. Now, you've driven the Porsche quite a lot. It's a nice car. What if somebody hasn't driven the Porsche before, what characteristics happens during the race, obviously with the way the car is designed over other cars?
Oversteer.
Yep.
Extreme oversteer is one of the biggest things, if not the most biggest thing in the Porsche, in my opinion. Apart from that, the car's pretty pretty stable in most conditions. Obviously, the Porsche is a naturally aspirated car. There is no turbo on the Porsche, so in terms of turbo lag, it has 0.
Yep.
Opposed to something like the Aston Martin, as we see them two battling here. Also, the Porsche does struggle with bumps. If you've not got the car set up right, it can feel quite bumpy. In certain scenarios, but like I said earlier on, as we started this race, the Porsche here for me is a car that I would go to as a car where I can really throw it around, and it's really nice to drive on this circuit. 100%. I've done my best lap times on this circuit in a Porsche. It's just really nice to drive, but oversteer is something that's if you're not careful, especially coming up to this section of the circuit that they're currently on now. Obviously, you come around the right-hand bend, obviously coming up to a blind corner, and then it's like a sweeping right-hander. If you get the throttle quite a little bit wrong, that rear will start stepping out. Randall's done extremely well to get a good drive away from Howard there. But yeah, the Porsche is good here. Yeah, I must.
And it sounds beautiful as well. It's just
it does.
A really nice car. We did see Sterenberg go deep into the last corner and losing 2 positions from that as well. And you can see the Aston almost side by side with the Porsche on the hairpin. Porsche getting a little bit unsettled on the grass as they come up to the last corner. I would say at the moment Howard is analysing the Porsche driver and looking to see where he can push his nose in and inside, and just to see what Randall actually has in terms of cool, being able to keep your cool and being able to and you can see Porsche getting all kinds of oversteer as they come down to here. So if
the Astons, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to ask. So in your position, knowing what the Porsche's like, would you put full racing fuel in it at the start?
I would definitely overfuel the Porsche. I think I mentioned it last week in our Red Bull Ring stream that I always overfuel the Porsche. The fuel tank being obviously over the front of the car, it's good for stability. I believe it's over the front of the car.
Oh, he goes wide!
Yeah, big time wide.
There we go.
That's another problem.
Howard goes, thank you very much.
Sometimes. Yeah, that's a freebie. No questions asked. But yeah, I would definitely overfuel the car just to give that extra weight on the front wheels as the fuel starts to burn. Because as soon as the front starts getting light, you're going to have situations like we've just seen with understeer.
Yeah.
So you go from extreme oversteer with the Porsche if you're too heavy on the throttle.
Yep.
But as soon as you start burning that fuel off, the front of the car becomes really light, and you've got no front downforce, if you like. Yep. So, yeah, always put extra fuel in the Porsche. Don't go too mad because obviously you're going to lose speed.
Yep.
Porsche is not very good on a straight line. It's not got the top end grunt as the BMW or the Aston or the other cars on circuit, but it does do well in the corners if set up correctly.
Yeah, we're just watching the battle with Simeone Tegas in the P11 at the moment with the 23 Ferrari as he's under pressure from Sterenberg, who, as we saw, made an error. So he has catching up to try and vilify himself. There's a McLaren in the pits as well that I see just now, so that must be for damage. Brady, right?
Brady, yeah.
And again, the battle that keeps going on between Ainbo and Longo.
Oh, we got a car round on the pit straight. That is Pierre Fossati is currently round. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's. Oh no! Oh, Stephen Hood nearly into the side of him. So he did the oversteer and literally into the pit entrance.
Okay.
And then came back out across the track and tried to turn it, and then basically lost it on oversteer under power.
That makes sense. Whilst we were away, Steinberg has had a moment. He's lost out now to Tegas in the Ferrari. He had a big moment coming out down the downhill section of the circuit and just basically went grass cutting. Yep.
Luca Bucci, hopefully I've said that right. Thank you very much for the subscribe over on YouTube. That's very kind of you. Check out, if you're not already, I think I recognise your name, maybe one of the drivers that's in the championships already. But anyone who's watching who would like to get involved, I would suggest going to the Toga Discord server first, where you can find out all the information you need to join up on SimGrid and to sign up for races that are... Oh! I actually thought Sterenberg just oversteered the same as a BMW did, but he was going into the pits. So he has absolutely jumped on. We've got Halley, we've got Endo, and Sterenberg all into the pits, along with Zita, Holtzman, and Fuller into the pits. So, yeah.
I saw someone on TikTok asking if we can join an Xbox. Unfortunately not. Although, I am looking at potentially... I have an Xbox myself, and I'm going to do some investigation work at the weekend to see how viable it is for maybe us to look at maybe doing some races on it, ACC on Xbox. But no promises. I just want to... I'm going to do some investigation work. Sorry, Matt.
No, it's okay. Meehan literally did the exact same. Nearly went broadside into the pit entrance.
Careful.
So he's into the pits, which leaves Gilles Vandenbroek on his own to try and put qualifying laps in if he can. He's looking like his tyres are pretty done. 33 degrees track temperature. It is going to start cooling down, but an hour race is not going to cool down that much. Oh, he goes wide. Yeah. Okay. I apologise, Christian, for focusing on him and giving that commentator's curse. Craddock, Pocamandi into the pits as well now. Pikiri, Holtzman still in the pits, and Brady into the pits. Obviously, the time penalties are being served as they go into the pit, or when they get to the pit box as well. But yeah, this is
Birdie Sim Racing. Sorry, Mac.
No.
Birdie Sim Racing. This is Donington Park. Sorry, Mac.
Donington Park in the UK. It's such an amazing thing, and the thing is, this track, as much as it is, was this not an airfield? I'm
possibly, yeah.
Sure. I think a lot of the British tracks were were airfields, and then turned, obviously, during the war, Second World War, and then they turned into tracks from that. But it's not as bumpy as Alton. Oh, that's awfully wide from Halley as he loses a place to Aindow in the BMW. So Aindow taking up that P15 position, as well as we've got Pippi and Pokemandi still in the pits, so possibly serving time. Pokemandi just coming out now. The only track you've never driven in ACC, Birdies, if you can drive Alton Park or Snetterton, you can drive this track. This track is a field track, and what I mean by that is it's not technical. It's not like Silverstone where you can look for markers, brake, and then you know when to turn in and things like that. This is a field track where the corner they're coming up to is an unsighted apex, so you're literally going with the feel of what you're seeing, just like that. And you can see the 296 takes a little bit too much curb there, got away with it, but I promise you, I'm very much like you, but I promise you, if you give it a go, you will actually fall in love with the track.
Really will.
Yep.
He genuinely will. So a lot of cars, I think I didn't catch who they were, but I know a few cars were so lucky when the pit window opened, they were literally there to go into the pit. So I don't know who it was in particular that managed to literally dive straight into the pits, but this is going to really flip the grid now on its head with all these time penalties being dished out. Sorry, go on, Matt.
No, Sterenberg has got a drive through.
Track limits.
That'll
be too many cutting of the apex of the chicane, or other places on the circuit for sure.
And we see Pokemandi being released as Sterenberg does come in for his drive through.
Yeah, Vandenbroek in the pits as well.
Okay.
He's going to come out in traffic. I'd imagine he's going to come out in some sort of traffic. Which where's Meekin on track? Meekin is just coming into. Where is he? Sorry, he's just coming into the chicane now.
Chicane,
yeah, so Vandenbroek is still in the pits.
I'll keep a look on Meekin if you want to watch Vandenbroek. Meekin
sure.
Up to the hairpin, right-hand hairpin. One corner to go, just exiting the hairpin now as he's full power up. And he's on the brakes for...
Yeah, Vandenbroek is away then. He's just coming down, crawling now down to the pit exit.
This could be...
He's just coming... Yep, there we go. He's out. He's out of the pits.
So it looks like there's a couple of seconds between them, about 3 seconds between them at the moment. Longo, who's not pitted yet, he's obviously got a 5-second penalty to deal with, but only 3 haven't pitted yet. Just under 4 minutes.
Longo is not doing a bad strategy here. If you can't go short, go long.
Yeah.
Because you've got the track. The track should open up to people as the cars start to box. So he's likely, if he gets a good pit stop, to gain places, even though he's losing on time with the 5 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out.
And Meekin is absolutely in a charge. 1:29.6 was his last lap time.
Holds the fastest lap as well, 1:28.7.
1:28.7. So the only other person is Aindow in P7 that's done a 1:29.8 in his last lap. So these two are very fast. Meekin already trying to get that time down. As you can see, they're starting to hit traffic now. You can see that pink Jag. So that's Stephen Hood, who's in P17 at the moment. So yeah, them starting to lap cars. So this a stop go for Fossati. That must be speeding in the pit lane.
In the pit lane, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. These are the things that you can negate from happening by practicing pit stops. It sounds stupid. Practice pit stops where the marker board is for the 50 km/h speed limit, where your box is, where the 3-arrowed pit board that the mechanic holds out, where you need to stop so you don't get pushed back or pushed forward. Or these small things all make up a big difference for it. So Vandenbroek does take back his lead, but he's lost 5/10 to Meekin in the last lap alone.
Oh wow!
So Vandenbroek knows now. He's now has.
Longo's gone really wide. Sorry, Max. Sorry to jump over you. Longo's gone out wide and he's lost P3. I told you, Longo could have had a good pit stop, but he's now lost P3 to Randall. Randall is flowing straight up. And Randall's round! Oh my god, that is commentator's curse.
Oh.
Hit the dirt and lost the rear end, and I think Longo has taken that place. Randall's lost two, 3 places. Wow.
That's
sorry.
No, not at all. This is Sweebo. How you doing? It's unfortunate. It's a little bit of a lag in the replay there, just as we're. Oh yeah, he goes very, very wide and then just loses it on the curb there. Difficult to rejoin again as well, because you don't want to start bouncing a car where you've no control and you end up doing something someone does similar that goes flying across all track and all grass. Not that I would know who that person was, but we've got Lee and we've got Lee and Pocomandi fighting for P8 at the moment, and we see that Zeta is sitting P18, Mank in P22nd, so he's still driving. Got Brandon Fuller in P21. And so Meechan's actually lost 7/10 on Vandenbroek in that last lap. Vandenbroek was a 128.8 and Meechan was a 129.1. Interesting. So again, Vandenbroek is quite a calculated driver. He knows when he needs to push and he knows when he holds back a little bit just to save tyres and possibly fuel as well.
It depends how long you run it. I suppose you're valid point. 100%. Yes. I'm sorry. I stopped talking for a split second because I could hear the V12. I'm on board with the V12, and it just sounds amazing coming down that downhill section. I tell you what, Pocomandi has done a fantastic job with that Aston Martin, has he not?
Yeah, absolutely. Like between him and Stephen Hood, Stephen Hood now in P15 from 23rd position is still amazing. A lot of those passes on track as well. They're not from pit stops and things like that. So, Lee is under a little bit of pressure as they're coming up. It looks like that's Eindow ahead, is it? No. Eindow's 12 seconds ahead, so that must be a back marker that's ahead. So this is going to play into the hands. Oh, the McLaren.
And he's done it. He has. Absolutely. Absolutely. I missed that. Did the Ferrari get squirrely on the exit?
I'm just going to replay it because I was actually on board listening to the V12 engine. So he's tucked right up. I don't know. Yeah, he basically just placed the car beautifully alongside. And
Pocomandi's gone wide into the last corner, but he's got the pace to carry on. No, he's fine.
Lee did very well. He knew it was coming and he didn't shut the door. He didn't try and do anything. He just knew it was going to happen, and it's basically, as he gets a little bit wide. Oh my god. A commentator's curse again.
Big time. Yeah, stop talking.
Yeah, I'm going to stop. Oh no, I go to an Aston that's bumping over the apex. No!
Oh, that's Craddock and going to say up the inside to P4 and Howard then,
Wow. Howard has been driving well, but that shows you how much a little error like that can cost you so much time.
Especially here. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it hurts you big time.
But still on the back bumper of the Sky Tempest McLaren as he comes down. Now, I don't know who the McLaren was sideways, but a little tentative
great under the brakes.
Yeah,
it was good on the brakes there, was Howard on that Aston Martin there. He's done a really good job to try and stop it.
And I have to apologise, because that wasn't a send, as you absolutely said.
That was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm going to get banned from commentating from now on. But Randall has gained a place, so obviously that's been the Howard and Craddock issue, as Randall comes in with 5th at the moment, trying to chase down Howard with the Aston Martin. We'll see how the Porsche gets on. But the battle, we've got a huge battle here with Lee, who obviously was involved in all that, with Halley right behind him in the 296, and they have Pimentel, who, that's the first time I've said their name tonight. Oh my Right, okay.
What are you? Stop. Right.
Right, I'm going to stop speaking. Oh, the Jedi commentator's curse is strong tonight, that's for sure.
It really is, isn't it? It really
Wow.
is.
Wow.
Every time you mention their name, they go off the track. That is insane. That is. I can't believe that's actually happened twice or three times tonight.
Oh. Blade Sharp, no. 27 isn't top 10. No. Sternberg's had a few issues, but doing well in P11.
He's just had another
you're
one.
Joking.
No, he went really wide.
Oh, I know.
He's got Brandon right behind him, but it's okay. No, he hasn't got Brandon. It's someone else. It's who was it? I'm not sure. There must be a back marker right on the back of him.
Oh, right, okay.
Right on himself.
Yeah. You do realise other drivers are going to be putting other drivers' names into the chat, so I say them and then all of a sudden they get a magnet that pulls them off the track.
Yeah, 100%. But Halley has got up the inside.
Yep.
Yeah. He's managed to get the job done. That is job done. But the other Ferrari, no, he's not bothered. He's not going to bother sending it to try again. That's good driving by Lee. That is.
Again, very good driving. So Lee showing really good. Oh, Howard with a 15-second penalty.
Ouch.
With 87. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So if he doesn't serve that by the end of the race, that will then get added on to his time at the end. So currently Howard is what? Howard's 2.5 seconds.
He'll have to send it. He'll have to do it now because it's 3 laps to get that done.
Yep, absolutely well spotted.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's incorrect logic. It's drive-throughs.
It's drive-throughs and stop goes. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I absolutely doubted myself there. So it shows you how much I trust you. I'm like, oh, I'm absolutely wrong. You're right, Hayden. But Howard would fall at this present time down to P7.
Yeah.
So that's quite a painful experience for him, and something that hopefully he'll take on board. But here is the one and only Mustang in the race tonight, the 225 Mustang of Gunnar Warden. Hopefully I've said that reasonably correct. He's got Pikiri, Kevin Pikiri is a well-known name and face in the Toga community in the Lambo. He hunting down that. I mean, I would love to see that Mustang beside a BMW, like.
I know, right?
Or even the Bentley, because it just, even the comparison to the Lambo, we know the Lambo is a small car, but that just looks like a huge tug ship. Is the only way I can describe it. But
the rear wing is so much not connected to the car. It's huge, isn't it? It's like it's like a dining table, that rear wing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could absolutely eat your dinner on it. You know how the Americans like their what do they call them at the Super Bowl? They drop the tail. Is it a tail barbecue or a tail meal or something?
Oh, the tailgate.
Tailgate. So you could just get a Mustang and do the exact same thing, because that
really
is huge.
It really is.
It sounds so good.
It does, but that Lambo is going to go up the inside. To be fair, the Mustang allows him to go there, but he's got the real pace.
Just shows you,
Mustang.
Yeah, power of the GT3 Mustang. Just powers away from Pikiri, who's not able to do anything about it. And you know, I don't know how much they've modified the Mustang in terms of technology and things like that, but that Lambo is quite an aged model. You know, it has had the Evo update and things like that, but I just always find the Lambo, because of the short wheelbase, it's just so easy to spin it, or, you know, going into a corner and you just end up swapping front to back all the time.
Yeah, agreed. I've never really driven the Lamborghini. I'm being completely honest. I've never really wanted to, I don't think. I've always sort of stuck between McLaren, Ferrari, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes. I did a stint in a while.
You did, absolutely.
But I haven't really dabbled in the Lambo. I don't know whether I should at some stage, just to give it a go, but I quite like the car. It looks good. But it's one thing looking good and another thing it driving like good, I suppose, driving well.
I find
who's that gone wide? Was that Brandon? It is.
Yeah. I find that the field of view if you go from like the BMW or the Aston to the Lambo, because it's such a smaller, lower car. Oh, Randall's went wide. This is going to be a position swap. By the looks of it, no, he's able to just to keep that position.
That's that naturally aspirated car. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
The non-turbo Porsche just gets a better drive away
Yep.
than the McLaren.
And is able just to get a different racing line to get a better drive out. But Craddock's shown that he's not given up with 16 and a half minutes left. He wants that McLaren ahead of the Porsche. And at the end of the day, these two are going to gain out of Howard's 15-second penalty. So they just need to keep him within touching distance. But the longer they fight, and as I can see, they're losing time to Howard. Now, I don't think it'll be 15 seconds worth of time, but there's a lot. That's Pikiri. That's
Pikiri, that's a lot of damage on the front of that McLaren. And that's actually the Mustang's in the pits.
Oh, is it?
So
yeah,
there's been contact. There's been contact between the two cars. I'm not sure. It's not popped up on my race control. So I don't know whether one's had a slight moment and then made contact with the other.
I think he's disconnected. Yeah.
Mustang's gone. Like yeah. So there must have been contact then between the two cars, but it's not picked up on our spreadsheet.
I mean, and again, the McLaren's so much better into the last hairpin before the last corner. But as Hayden says, you know, the naturally aspirated engine of the Porsche just powers away. A little bit oversteer there with the McLaren. I don't know if there's maybe a bit of lag there as well. But they're losing about 2/10 to Howard every lap. It's not going to be 15 seconds, but you know, it does mean that the likes of Pocomande and things may not be able to capitalise as much. Blade Sharp, if the commentator's curse works, Lean 79 is doing well. I'm not even going to him because I think I've already cursed him. So
you've had enough cursing.
I have, yeah. I'm just leaving him. But you can see the difference with the Porsche, the racing line in comparison to McLaren as they're going in. If you were the McLaren driver, would you start adopting the Porsche's racing line, or would you continue to stick to your own one?
You could have to drive the McLaren differently, in my opinion, to the Porsche. The Porsche, the McLaren, sorry, there is not much grunt in the top end of this car.
Yep.
So, although he gets a fantastic hair chicane there, and he's really alongside. I wonder, before I carry on, let me just see if he thinks about the send up the outside. A bit naughty from the Porsche there. A bit of moving under braking, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that might that might be looked at, because there's definitely a little bit of moving under braking there for sure from the Porsche. Not very good racing etiquette at all. But going back to that, as the Porsche goes wide, the McLaren is sensing that the Porsche is maybe struggling a little bit here.
Yep.
But the McLaren needs to short shift essentially to get the real power performance from it.
Yep.
Once you've understood that logic, as in, I think there's like, as soon as the blue dots come on, shift up, because there's don't take it to the limit, because it just doesn't give any benefit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's quite an interesting battle, this, because the Porsche is good from the getaway, but the faster this sector here, the McLaren should be quicker.
Yep, absolutely. And there we go again. Oh, so close. McLaren almost sniffing the exhaust of the Porsche as a back marker, so this really could play into the hands of Craddock. But you can see Endau, who is literally salivating behind, hoping that maybe the two of them. Wait. Oh, the McLaren's dropped back quite a bit there.
Did he hit limiter? He might have hit the limiter.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. The McLaren doesn't need to hit the limiter, because it just loses time.
Yeah.
Hand over fist.
Yep.
And it's given Randall now the gap that he wanted.
Yeah, absolutely has.
I think Randall's struggling with tyres, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't look like a car that's got good grip. Sorry to jump over.
No, absolutely no. It's hot track and beautifully moved out the way of the back marker there. Well done. Well played for that. It's not going to impact these two. It might impact Endau, although it looks like McLaren's moving right into the pit just to try and keep out the way.
Nice
So
work,
beautifully done. But again, as you
that
say,
Porsche's struggling.
Yep, grip is now an issue. Maybe Randall's been having to drive it a lot harder. But saying that, they've halved. No, they haven't. They've now lost another 2/10 to Howard, who's very close to Longo now. He's only 1.7 seconds behind, but he's basically fighting a losing battle, unfortunately, because he's got a 15-second penalty.
God, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I think the McLaren needs to just wait. It's still 11 minutes to go.
Yep.
There's no need to really destroy the tyres. The Porsche's doing that on its own, essentially, because he's having to defend, drive that, and try and drive that car hard. I would, if that was me, I would be just moving up a little bit closer, getting, start moving in the car into positions where you think you're going to go for a little send, and then tuck back in and take the corner accordingly. The Porsche will, we'll see what happens in the next few laps, but
absolutely, back
the
marker
Porsche looks
again.
like it's cooking his tyres.
In fact, that's not a back marker.
That's
that
Howard. Yeah.
Where has the time gone? Howard's obviously had an issue.
They have. So's Longo. Longo's done a 31.5. Howard's a 33.4. And the two cars behind, 29.4, 29.5, and a 29.5. So, yeah, this is... Howard's going to lose a lot of places here now.
Absolutely.
With that time penalty coming his way at the end of this race.
Blade Sharp.
Not what he wanted.
You're seeing a certain Sterenberg in the number 27 making up 1.5 seconds to a lap to Lee. He's cut down a 10-second gap to just 2.1, and in fact, he's only 2/10.
No, he's going to say he's going to get him. Well, he potentially could get him here. Yeah, him at 3 seconds last time around. Steinberg's absolutely flying in that Aston Martin.
Yeah,
it's going to be an and actually, there's a car gone off.
Yep.
And actually, Steinberg will probably
a drive-through for Meekin. Meekin has got a drive-through. That'll be track limits. So Longo. 29 seconds. I mean, it is a short pit, but
no, I don't. I think Meekin actually was going to get away with this.
Can get away with it. I
think he's in the pits now. He's just coming to the exit of the pit lane now. Stephen goes past the back.
Halley lost it on the grass, broadside, and Sterenberg straight into the side of him. So there'll be damage for both. Sterenberg does get P10. Let's just see if we can see if there's much damage. Doesn't appear to be much. Sorry, you go.
No, Meekin retains P2.
Right, okay.
So he lost about 10-15 seconds in the pit lane.
Yeah.
That was it.
That just shows you, whereas if it was Silverstone or even Spa, you could lose a couple of places.
Race ruiner, 100%.
Yep, absolutely. So a bit fortunate to get away with that. Banging livery he has, though. It is an amazing livery, absolutely. And he's driven well. He was really up there for a period of time. But this is now a four-way battle for P4. Now they don't necessarily need to get past Howard, but we're all racing drivers. We don't want to just cruise behind the car ahead. We want to get past them. That's it in a nutshell. That looks like Longo, who's not that far up the road from Howard. So this could turn into a 5-car battle with 8 minutes to go.
Longo is struggling with pace.
He's
big time.
7/10ths slower than Howard in the last lap. And look at how much Howard's now under pressure from that Porsche. As the McLaren, this surely is going to be a move down to the last corner. No,
it's a bit too far back.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a bit too far back, and I don't know whether Randall is playing the long game here in terms of. I don't know whether he's waiting for the finish line. The checker flag to drop.
Yep.
Because if that Porsche looks as bad on the tyres as it does from our point of view, he won't want to risk that.
No, you will end up tearing and shredding them to pieces, and you've got these two who are battling. They've lost a little bit of time to Randall in P5 at the moment because they're fighting with each other, But Aindau is desperate to try and get past that McLaren. And
I think the McLaren's cooked its tyres battling the Porsche.
Yeah, I totally agree. Sorry,
sorry.
I'm in a coughing fit there.
Oh, that's all right. you are excused. Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, so I mean, obviously BMW and McLaren are completely different cars.
Yeah.
Balance is completely different. Engines are in different places, but is your choice with 6 minutes to go? Would you much rather be in the BMW or the McLaren just now?
If I put my BMW fanboy hat on, then I'll say BMW.
Oh, closing right up there. I'm not
But-
sure if that was intentional or not, but sorry, carry on.
No, the BMW is better on brakes than the McLaren. Oh, I don't know. I'm torn here.
I know.
I think I'd prefer to be in the BMW in this case because he is checked what's been going on, been watching from a distance. Although he is dropping back now a little bit to McLaren.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. I'd just prefer to be in the BMW at this stage. My tyres should be better.
I agree.
Anyway.
I would choose to be in the BMW rather than the McLaren at the moment, just because I think the BMW does look a little bit better in terms of looking after its tyres, whereas a McLaren, if you are driving it hard, you end up with like the Porsche scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steinberg was battling for P9 just there against Halley, but has unfortunately fallen off on the first corner. Yes, I just see this in the YouTube chat. Never mind, overshot the corner.
See, commentators curse.
Yeah.
You know, I saw it.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
The back markers cause Solongo is fallen off the pace. Howard is all over the rear
Oh
of
my
him.
goodness.
What the hell? Longo has fallen off in terms of pace. Howard's... I thought he was going to send it there. I was like almost swearing. But yeah, that Ferrari is cooking its tyres.
Yeah.
100%. The Porsche behind had a real moment as well on the back... on that last corner as well, by the way. He was squirrely as hell.
I wonder if the tyres are falling off the cars now.
They've gone. It's 20, I mean, it's 26 degrees ambient and 30 degrees track. I mean, it's not massive, but you're going to be working your right tyres, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Howard!
Can't go there.
Oh, no. There was no way that was ever going to happen, but I think Howard is feeling the pressure with that Porsche behind him. If he doesn't make a move soon, look at him again. Oh, he's going to lose a bit of time there. It's good driving. Look at the power. Yeah. Come on. Aston Martin's got... Yeah, that Ferrari's tyres are cooked. If it's squirreling on the exit, absolutely.
I reckon he's either pressured his tyres or he might have a slow puncture. Yeah. Or it could be anything. But Howard is through then. Although he's not on the stand. He goes, but then
Randall goes absolutely. His pocket picked.
Go on, Craddock. Go
he
on.
got his pocket picked right there. Is he going to be able to get back?
What a move!
Oh my goodness! Oh, it's now turned into dodgems. It's just turned into dodgems now.
That's benefited Craddock massively.
It is absolutely. I mean, Craddock can put the pressure on. I mean, he is looking stable. It doesn't look as if his tyres are completely gone, but that 296 looks like it's struggling.
Sorry, that was a push to pass by Randall in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was no way it was ever going to work. But I absolutely loved Craddock, how he picked the pocket. As everything else was going on, he just concentrated on his own race, his own line, saw it was clear, and just absolutely did it. Absolutely kudos to Craddock for that.
There's another battle. Steinberg has caught back up to Halley again, where they fell off last time round. So the gap's 0.3 as they come across the line.
Craddock's
with,
passed
2 and a bit.
Meekin. Craddock up into P3.
Wow.
Sorry,
P2.
It's Longo that he passed. Sorry, not Meekin.
Sorry, I just had a moment there. Steinberg almost took Halley out onto the first corner.
No.
It was close. Halley had a bit of a moment onto exit of T1, and Steinberg had a good exit and just Yeah, almost collected. But Halley is all over the road. Steinberg it's a matter of time now. It's not if, but when.
Yep.
Steinberg gets past Halley. But sorry, I'm just riding on board with this mini little battle now.
Yeah,
because
no, absolutely.
Oh,
side by side, Longo trying to get back into P3 again as they're still side by side. There's about a cigarette's paper width between them as they're going into the last corner. Contact, Longo sideways, but he gets a little tap to straighten him up again, but that then causes Randall to have to slow down. Randall's in the pocket for that BMW of Aindau to take something.
Steinberg's got past Halley.
He has got past.
Halley goes deep, and Steinberg is up into P9.
Yep.
I think there's a fan of
I was
Steinberg
going
in the chat.
to say, I think Blade Sharp might be rooting for someone in particular.
I'm not sure. But,
they've hidden it well. That's why he's a goat.
Really well.
He has driven really well. He absolutely has driven really well. He's had.
He's unfortunate.
He's had bad luck. He's maybe made some mistakes himself, but to work his way through the field, I think Craddock is just smiling in that helmet because the Porsche and the 296 of Longo are just they just look.
Aindau's got a good run, but I don't think he's going to have enough.
Yeah.
Naughty.
No.
Naughty that is from Randall. That's the second time that's happened. We've seen that live. So Stuart, if you're watching, get on that.
Yep, absolutely. That's not the way to do things, not in this community. No. The leader is now on the final lap. Poor Gilles really hasn't had much airtime because there's been so many battles going on, but let's have a look at Gilles and the BRT team to bring it home again. Again, the BRT boys absolutely smashing it out of the park. These are in the rookie class, and he's a lot faster than a rookie pace, but in the Red Bull ring, he drove so well, and he's driven so well. Now, I can't remember if he would have got a strike for the first one.
No, all strikes last week were avoided.
Right, okay. So he's starting with a fresh slate as such. And in fact, he has taken the fastest lap as well with a 1:28.5. So, that 296 has run out of fuel. I think it's a back marker, but the 296 is stationary between the last and second last hairpin.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's terrible. And Sterenberg's got a drive-through. Sterenberg has got a drive-through, which is going to equate to a 30-second penalty because he won't be serving it. It's track limits.
I think he goes in. If he goes in the pits now, I think he might be all right.
Okay, right.
I think.
That's Pikiri's. Pikiri's car looks absolutely mangled. It looks like it's been one of the car crusher machines. It's So that's a little bit unfortunate for Sterenberg, who's been pushing really hard. But again, you need to be a clean driver in terms of track limits, as well as being consistent. Avoid that drive-through.
Avoid that drive-through. We can't. I'm afraid. If we do that, we'll have to do it to everybody.
Absolutely. We're going to see if Sterenberg does actually go in the pits or if he's just going to take 30 seconds. If he only takes the 30 seconds, he's going to go back to P11. He does. He's in the pits. He's in the pits.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this works.
It does work for him.
Has he crossed the line? No, he hasn't. It's the 30 seconds. It's the 30 seconds.
Oh, that is painful to watch. So he does end up with the 30 seconds added on, even though he's come into the pits. So that's going to drop him down to about P11, P12. Can I just say Mr. Hood has driven in an extraordinarily good race yet again. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
This man could drive. I'm telling you now, this man could drive. This man, I told you, this man needs to work at some sort of like motor games company.
Absolutely. And as I've said before, if he's a developer, that would make things a lot more interesting for him.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Exactly that. It really would. Oh, dear.
Giza job.
I want it to be the other way around, I think, actually. Thank you very much.
Come and share the commentary box one night, Stephen.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, Blade Sharp, that was so unlucky. Was that Meekin that ran out of fuel? No.
No, it can't have been. He's in P2.
I know, but Belugi, who was saying, oh, it was you, sorry, right. It was so unfortunate. You were literally, it was Thomas, right, okay. Yeah, it's horrible when that happens. I always overfuel. Unless somebody tells me to fuel a certain amount and it turns out not to be right. But normally I overfuel. Like,
For sure what you're talking about.
probably extreme. But I'd rather have too much fuel than run out before the finish line.
Agreed.
Yeah. We'll see who wants to be interviewed. They all know the procedure by now. We have got Mr. Michael Pocomandi, so let's speak to them first and find out what their race was like. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
V12 boy, that was insane, that race.
Yeah, it was. First time in the rookie series now, and I had a great blast. It was a fun race, had some nice battlings. Sadly caused a collision with the number 87, which I'm very sorry for. It was completely my fault. Missed the braking and yeah, hit him in the back. I guess it happens. Next time,
It does.
maybe not.
No, it takes a bigger person to come in and say, look, I hold my hands up. I've done wrong. So we really do appreciate, and that's what we're after here at Toga, is that we don't always get it right, but when you do get it wrong, you go, yeah, okay, fair enough. So we appreciate those that admission from you, we really do. But apart from that, how was the rest of the race for you?
Oh, sweaty. The Essence, of course, not a meta car, and I just picked it for the sound. I just don't care about the results. I'm achieving. I'm happy if I finish first. I'm happy if I finish last. I just want to spend a great time here, and I had some nice battlings with a lot of guys, and it was mostly clean. And I'm just very happy to have finished up in P8 after qualifying P11.
Yep, you did very well. I mean, we didn't ride on board with you at all to listen to the engine. Never did we do that in the stream at all. Maybe once or twice. I think I was on board with you when something happened, and I'm like, oh, it sounds so good. Oh, no, something else happened. So I actually had to come out of the car. But, yeah, I mean, that car's quite an old car now. It doesn't have the same technology that, say, the 296 does, or the Mustang, or things like that. So, did you find it harder driving it, or was it okay?
It was okay, to be honest. I have driven a lot of different cars, and I need to say it's not even the worst one I've driven, from my personal feeling.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. The only thing which is kind of bad in this car are the brakes, but I can drive around it. Otherwise, it has enough power, it has a good amount of aero, and it's fun.
Yep. That's good.
That's the main thing.
Yep,
That's
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, will you be racing next week?
No, I sadly don't have time to race next week, but I will be back for the last round in Barcelona.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Can't wait to see you there. With the same car?
Yes, of course.
Oh, amazing. Looking forward to it. Right, okay, you've earned your drink of whatever drink you have, and enjoy, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Barcelona.
Yeah, looking forward as well. Goodbye, guys. Have a good one.
See you later, Michael.
See ya.
Right, we've got Mitchell and Reese Endow. Now, I don't know what car Mitchell was racing. I've kind of had to scan through and I can't really say.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But let's find out, shall we? Hello, Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. What car were you driving first and foremost?
The Aston Martin, number 27.
Number 27.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Sterenberg, we've got one
Yeah.
of your fans in the audience on YouTube who's been absolutely shouting for you all night. So you might need to send him an Amazon gift or something. They must have given you at least 2/10 round the track at some point.
I doubt this.
You had one hell of a race right up to the very last lap. The last lap, like, how do you feel after the race?
Yeah, it was just very, very, very messy and bad race, to be honest.
Yeah, you were very quick, though. You were very quick.
Thing is, I was looking at YouTube yesterday, saw the rookie split one, and I was like, sure, I'll give it a go. So hopped on to ACC, did like a couple of laps on Donington, and yeah, did like 30s, low 30s, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Today suddenly I drove 28s, 29s, no idea where that came from. Yeah, race in general.
That's good.
Start was the first start was bad. I already got a drive through on that one.
Yeah.
So quite happy with the red flag. Yeah, then it all went downhill even further. Made a mistake in lap 1. And
The rest was
from
history.
there, from there, every like couple of laps I just end up making mistakes.
Yeah. It is what it is. How long have you been racing in ACC?
I've been racing for a couple of years.
Okay.
Also raced in the charity event last year.
Excellent. Amazing. What went through your mind when you saw that drive-through come up in the last lap?
I knew it when I started braking. I knew it was coming.
Oh, and
I heard you on stream saying maybe it gets cleared in the pits. I was like, yeah, might as well try.
I know. I mean, I don't know if you... I don't know. I'm assuming maybe it's, you can't do it on the last lap or something. I don't know. But yeah, to be fair, it would have been an absolute ideal situation for you, because you would only have lost maybe one
Alan Brown
place.
is a legend and subscribes to the channel.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's one of these things. It's, we've said it in the stream tonight that Donington is it's like Misano. The track limits are very tight, and that chicane, the chicane teases you into doing it. It's like you do want to try and straight line this, and then your mind's going, but I've got track limits, I need to watch track limits. So there's always that fight going on.
Yeah, I think chicane wasn't for me the biggest issue. I think it was quite fast through the chicane, but it was just turn 4 and 7.
Yeah.
That was most the issue for me.
Never
raced at Donington, so that was my first race. So yeah.
You done well. You done really well, race.
Can't be too unhappy, but it was very messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
100%.
Excellent. Well, listen, like I said, I'm sure from at least your number one fan on YouTube, they were absolutely shouting you on. So really thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Kilometers, right?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, should be able to do that.
Yeah, excellent.
Amazing.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Go and have a rest now. You've deserved it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
See ya.
Have a good one.
You too. Very quickly before we go on to the next one, Alan Brown on YouTube, thank you so much for the subscribe. It's very much appreciated. If you are watching YouTube, please smash that like button. Sword and Keyboard, yeah, it was absolutely. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, SimGrid. If you go into SimGrid, we are the second biggest community in SimGrid. The first for ACC specific with PC. The Discord links are in our bio. Go to Discord, and everything is in there on how to join and become someone in the racing. I'm going to let Mr. Hayden decide who he's speaking to next.
I think it was Aindale, so we'll bring Aindale in. Hello. Good evening. How was your race?
Doing?
Yeah, good.
bit chaotic, to be honest. The start was a bit manic.
Yeah. Which one? Both.
The first one, my entire PC froze and went like black screen.
Oh no!
Right as the red flag was called.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, please don't tell me I was the cause of that." And then it came back, and I was like ahead of P1, and everyone was slowing down. I was like, "What's going on?" Saw the red flag, and it was like, "Oh no!" Panic, thinking it was me that had caused it.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, the Porsche front lost it a little bit going into turn 3. Put me offline, and then lost it again coming out of 4, and I was just hit the back of him.
wow.
There was nowhere I could go. So
Yeah, you drove in an amazing race. You know, you were in battles, and you're being consistent enough to keep things that if someone dropped a wheel or something, you were there to be able to take advantage of it. At one point, 4 cars vying for P3.
E3, P4, something like that towards the end.
You must have.
I thought I could have had it.
I was going to say, because I'm sure I said at one point you must be licking your lips, because if the two of them take each other out, you're just going to go driving past, waving at them.
Yeah, it's like you read my mind, because that's exactly what was going through my head. I was like, I'm just going to hold back a little bit, wait for something to. I mean, there was a couple of moments where I thought something was going to happen.
Yeah,
and it almost did. And I wasn't at that point. I just wasn't that close enough because I've made a couple of mistakes in the lap. So, swings and roundabouts, I suppose.
Yeah, but you're a fellow BMW driver like myself.
Yes.
So you're definitely up there in one of my favourite drivers after you, just because you drive a BMW. But how did you find the beam around Donington Park?
Do you know what? I've heard from a couple of people that it's not a great track for the Beamer, but I actually quite like it.
Okay.
I seem to be able to, like T4, if I nail the line, seem to be able to pull a lot higher minimum speed through there than a lot of other people. So
it's just finding the right balance, isn't it? With that.
It's finding the right balance and finding the right. For me, it's finding the right brake balance throughout the lap, because some corners need a little bit more forward, some need a little bit more back. So it's finding that balance and remembering to actually change it. Yeah,
you need presets on your steering wheel to switch the brake balance and the TC if required.
Unfortunately, I mean, I've got them all binded, but I've only got a Logitech, so it's not got the most amount of buttons in the world.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, to keep remembering what corners to do what and stuff like that. You just start to get muscle memory and stuff like that, and you're forgetting. Oh, damn! I should have changed that one. But
100%. 100%.
Amazing. Well, hopefully we'll see you next week at in Kylabi.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you very much for racing with us this evening. And have a great rest of your evening.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
You too. Cheers. Bye.
Oh, we're still going.
We're still going. So, Mr. Mark Meehan, how are you, Mark?
I'm great.
How was your mindset when you saw the drive-through in the last couple of laps? Remember, you're live.
I just thought, oh no, basically. But I looked at how far
the gap.
I think it was P3. I looked at how far the gap was, and I kind of just thought, right, maybe I can make this work. And obviously, I did.
Yep.
So,
you smashed it.
Yeah.
And that's
dodged the bullet, basically.
Yeah, had it been any other track, it might have been closer for you coming back out, but obviously Donington's a short pit, so that was good. I mean, you had a great race. You know, at one point you were actually catching P1 a couple of times. Did you ever think you could get past him?
I did get past him at one point, but only for a little short period of time, though. So. I think it was at the hairpin, and he passed me on the outside, and I was gutted. So I was, and I just couldn't catch him. And I obviously got P1 in qualifying, and I was genuinely screaming. I was I was so happy I got P1. So
and not just P1, but 4/10 faster than Gilles Vandenbroek. So. I mean, he's a fast driver, and you absolutely smashed it out of the park with 4/10 faster. Like, was that just like a miracle lap, or was that just I'm going to do everything I can and let's see what happens?
it was like, I think it was like 3 minutes left on the clock in
Yep.
qualifying, and I was like, right, I think it was only like a 10th slower or something like that.
You were, yeah.
And I just thought, right, I might as well try, like. So I tried, and 4 times faster, and I was like, yes, come on, and that's the first like proper pole I've ever got.
Oh,
So,
amazing. It must feel like, as you were saying, you were actually celebrating. You know, that's how realistic this entire scenario is, between the steward and the commentating, the streaming, the game, and everything. That you can get that elation the same as you would if you were actually in a real car. So, are you looking forward to Kyalami next week?
Very looking forward to it. Hopefully I can pull off the same kind of result as I did. I really wasn't expecting that result I got today, to be honest.
You did well, and I know I've commentated in a few of your races. At the end of the day, it's about being quick, but it's also about being consistent as well. Because if you're not consistent, you're not ever going to be able to stay in the back of the bumper of the car at front.
Yeah, of course. I think consistency is key. I think consistency makes you faster than being fast, to be honest.
Absolutely. You could have a really fast driver who has 3 really bad laps but 1 good lap, but you could have a slower driver who's consistent and will just drive past. It absolutely is. So this isn't your first championship, is it? You've been in different races with Toga.
Yeah, I've been in a good few Toga championships. I've been racing in Toga since July 2023. I've only been sim racing for like just over a year.
Oh, stop it. That makes me physically sick when I hear folks saying like that. Oh my god, I'm like nearly in double figures of doing this. So yeah. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from, roughly?
Glasgow.
Oh, are you? Oh.
Yeah.
I was there for up to a few months ago. So nice. It's nice to speak to a local boy. We'll put up some kind of translation for everyone that doesn't understand what we're talking about.
I'm zoned out. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
But no, absolutely. Listen, Mark, you drove a perfect race. And it was just unfortunate that Vandenbroek was just slightly quicker than you, but to deal with the drive-through as well, brilliant. You just kept your head and got on with it, and yeah, hats off to you. And can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the great race, guys.
Oh, no problem at all. Anytime, Mark. Take care of yourself.
Cheers. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, okay. Right, we're going to find out how this person likes their surname to be called, because unfortunately I've called them in many different surnames tonight, and I don't actually know which one's the correct one. Haley. Hello.
Don't worry about it. It's Haley.
I told you. I told you. I
get it all the time. Don't worry. It's all right. It's Aries. It's fine.
It's okay. I've got a smug smile on my face now. That was quite a race.
I did not expect to do as well as I did. I thought I'd be towards the back because this is my first like proper like competitive sim race. It's my first with Toga. It's my first time playing ACC in, I want to say, a year.
Wow.
And I haven't, like, prior to practicing for this race, I'd never driven Donington. I'd never driven the 296. I had to buy all the DLC for this. I don't have the GT2 DLC because I can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's why I skipped the first round. But I came into this thinking, well, if I can get, like, mid-pack, that's absolutely amazing. And I ended up P5 in qualifying, which I didn't expect. And then me and Meekin were in a call the entire time, like me and him, because we're really good friends.
Oh, right, okay.
He like was absolutely buzzing when he hit pole position, and he was egging me on to see if we could get a 1-2, me and him. And unfortunately I couldn't do it, but I'm not fussed about that.
Yeah. It will come to you. I mean, it's not something that comes straight away. Modified Client on YouTube says that you should be in his team, that you're still not in it. So, you don't feel you need to answer live, but
yeah, I'll deal with that later.
That's, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm dumbfounded. Let Hayden ask some.
Well, it's not really asking questions. I feel like a proud dad moment, really. The fact that this is the whole reason why this championship was put into place, because we wanted people to come and race that haven't been really sim racing maybe for a while or ever, never driven around Donington Park, tick, never had driven a 296 like yourself, tick. So this is exactly what it's for. It's good to have then yourself come in to say all that stuff, because it genuinely makes it worthwhile, if that makes sense.
I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it was too fast because you got the strike system. Was just like, oh god. That was by surprise.
Well, they don't go any faster. Sure,
yeah, maybe it should be mid-pack at Kailami.
Yeah. Oh, it's not one of your favorite tracks, but it's exactly what this is designed for. Did you feel like obviously I know maybe it wasn't the cleanest of all races due to obviously it being rookies, but is this something that you would look for as a sort of a, in quotes, a new person to sim racing?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole race. I don't care that, like, in the race, I know I fell off a lot in the race. Like, I fell by like 4 positions to the end. Like, if I hadn't run out of fuel at the end, I would have finished P9, which I'm still over the moon by.
Yeah.
But like, I really enjoyed this. This is something I'd look to do more often, like racing like this. I really enjoyed it.
Oh well, that's really.
I encourage you all to try it if you can. Just try.
100%. No, honestly, we haven't paid him to say these words at all. We promise.
No, there's no obligations here. There's no sponsorship. Nothing.
We'll send you that money later. We'll deal with
it. He pays in chicken nuggets, by the way. He doesn't pay with money.
I'll take that, mate.
Who wouldn't? But yeah, no, honestly, thank you so much. It really makes our lives, it makes it worthwhile by you saying that and taking part in these races. Honestly, this is me having a gushing moment. Basically, it genuinely does. It mean the world to us. So thank you very much for participating.
Thank you. This has been great. I've loved it.
Amazing. Well, we'll see you in Kailami. We'll get the practice server set up in a little while, and we'll get everyone able to practice at Kailami for ahead of next week's race. So really appreciate you joining.
Right, I'll see you in South Africa, lads.
Yeah, see you there.
See you there.
Bye.
Wow,
that's just made my evening. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, like, and this is why this is one of the most popular series in Toga, because it's open to everyone of every driving set and skill, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that just highlights tonight what it's all about at the end of the day, and why we put these races on, why we commentate on them, why we steward them. Talking about stewarding, post-race penalties, 25 seconds for car 21, which was Randall in the Porsche. So, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's going to bump him down a few places then.
Absolutely.
That makes Howard's position a little more manageable, acceptable, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in fact, speaking of the devil, Taylor's in. I don't know if Taylor's aware of it or not, but that was for 3 different laps, and one of them was for moving under braking, as Hayden had said. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Taylor. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Modified client, they were killing it. Meekin and Haley, they still talked on Discord that got to be a superpower or something. Oh yeah,
it's difficult to talk and drive at the same time.
It is absolutely. It's an absolute skill, and I don't know how the YouTubers and Twitch do alien times while still reading chat and things like that. It just blows my mind.
It does me too.
But I have absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone who has gifted money to us, who have given us a subscribe or a follow. I'm going to leave it to the boss man to say goodnight, but just a huge thank you from me and to Hayden as well.
No, thank you, Mac. Again, I echo Mac's comments. I really do appreciate every single one of you this evening who's raced with us, watched us. I mean, we still got 14 people on YouTube watching us right now, and 4 people watching us on Discord, Twitch. I've ended a TikTok stream because obviously it's a bit difficult to do driver interviews with a small aspect ratio. But again, massive thank you to everyone who's just given us their eyes this evening, and plus all the racing that has happened today. It's been absolutely amazing. Before we go, if anyone hasn't subscribed to us yet, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video. We've beaten Zeta's goal, by the way, which is even better.
Love it.
It's going to make us Zeta's got to beat 21 next week, whenever we're back. But before I go, what I've been getting into a rhythm of is every single race I post a screenshot of the top 3 drivers. So if you're not following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and I will tag you in your post. Or if you come inside the top 3, you'll get tagged in that post. So please drop us a follow on Instagram as well, and you get your 5 minutes of fame on Instagram if you are one of the top 3 drivers. So I can't stress that enough. We want to share the love to our drivers. But yeah, from me, thank you very much, Mac. You're a legend. Thank you so much. It's good you're feeling better. We were able to do the commentary again tonight.
Oh, pleasure.
I'm not going to say this because I'm obviously biased, but us two are the best pair of commentators on here. I hope the rest of the commentators are listening right now. And this is the level you've got to hit. This is the level you've got to hit. I'm joking, obviously. I'm joking, obviously.
Hattie on YouTube, best community on SimGrid from Meechan. Thank you so much.
Wow,
thank you.
That's the case.
That's very, very kind of you. We appreciate all the love from that. So yep.
Amazing.
Please, boys, forgive me for missing my last 2 races. Going to be in Kyalami for sure. Excellent. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, we'll hold you to that one. Hold you to that one. Amazing. Cool. Right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Yep. Look forward to it. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.